Hello everyone and welcome back to Freedom Through Confidence. My name is Ben and in this video today, this one is for the guys. This video is all about how to understand a woman's mind. Now, I am by no means some psychological expert, especially when it comes to female psychology. For most of my life, I was about as clueless as everyone else, but over time I've been able to explore this topic in the kind of depth that a lot of people can't, simply because they don't have the time or they don't have the interest. But I have spent quite a lot of time on this, and I wanted to share with you in this video today what I've discovered when it comes to learning how to understand a woman's mind, so that you can apply this into your life, into your relationships and into your friendships, and just generally into improving yourself as a person so that you can become who you want to be and achieve what you want to achieve in life. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video today. If you do find this video useful, make sure to leave a like on it, because it really helps to boost this video within the YouTube algorithm, which means more people get to see it and this channel and business grows as a result. So if you wouldn't mind just smashing that like button, it really helps the channel. Of course, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and let's jump into this video today. Now, women are about as complicated as everything else is in the world. We live in an extremely complex world, but as men, we have this tendency of overcomplicating women. And yes, there are plenty of differences between men and women that I'm not going to get into in this video, but at the core, every single person is human. We all have similar drives, we all have similar needs, we all have similar desires. We all want to be safe, we all want to be seen, we all want to be loved for who we are. And so when it comes to learning how to understand a woman's mind, what I really discovered and what has really helped me over the last few years to deepen my friendships with a lot of my female friends and to create new, better relationships is to treat women the same as you treat everyone else. Because ultimately we all are human. We all, again, as I said, share the same wants, share the same desires, share the same basic biological, physiological, psychological, spiritual needs. And so trying to break an individual down into a specific psychological theory is ultimately going to be pointless, because everyone is an individual. And you might be asking yourself, well, aren't you kind of contradicting yourself there by saying that on the one hand everyone's an individual but also everyone is the same? And to that I say no. So let me explain. As I've said, we all have the same kind of basic needs, and from those needs we structure our lives, we structure our personality, we structure the way that we live, the way that we love, the way that we just exist in the world as a whole. So whilst we all have the same basic needs, the same basic desires, everyone responds to those in their own personal way. So there is really no need to overcomplicate understanding another person by breaking them down into ever smaller boxes. So for example, you probably never took the time to try and understand male psychology, even though every single man is completely different. But we spend so much time trying to understand female psychology and body language, and wasting so much time on these categorizations that are widely misunderstood, and that there is so much nuance to them that it makes it basically pointless to even pay attention to them, when the best thing that we can do is just accept that at our core we are all fundamentally the same, and then just to treat everyone in that same way. And this applies not just to understanding the female mind, but to understanding any group of people, is just to treat everyone exactly the same, to accept that we are all human, we are all deeply flawed, and we all are striving to become better versions of ourselves. We are all at this moment the best possible versions of ourselves based on what we have had up until this moment. Now, there is another thing that I want to address here, and that is, of course, putting women up on a pedestal. And there is a lot of guys that will view women as better than themselves. There's a lot of guys that will view women as worse than themselves, and I'm not even going to really address that because it should be pretty apparent why that's a bad approach to take. No one is really better than or worse than everyone else. Again, we are all humans, we're all flawed, we are at our core more or less exactly the same. And I see a lot of guys trying to put their girlfriends, their wives, their female companions of any kind of description up on this pedestal and working to kind of almost serve them rather than to create a balanced relationship with them. And I suppose kind of the greatest example of that would be kind of the rise of the simp in these last few years. And I'm not going to dive too deeply into that because again, that could be its own video at a later date. But putting anyone up on a pedestal means that you are diminishing yourself. You are saying that you are not as good as this other person for whatever reason. And what that is doing is that is starting to create a belief within yourself that you are not good enough, that you are not worthy in some kind of way. And that will over time crack your sense of self-esteem. It will reduce your sense of self-worth. And when those things are falling apart, that is when you start to lose confidence, and that is absolutely not what we want. You should be your most confident self, and by putting another person up on a pedestal above you, you are telling yourself that you are not good enough. So don't put anyone up on a pedestal. We are all exactly the same. We are all equal as people. And I get that that is a very, very broad statement. I'm not trying to make any kind of societal or cultural or political points here. My aim with this video is to help you to understand that if you treat everyone the same as you, if you understand that everyone is in their own way perfect and imperfect, that we are all flawed and that we are all fundamentally the same, then you don't have to worry about understanding a vast group of people's minds, because all you have to do is just accept others as they are. Treat them in the way that you would want to be treated. That is the secret that I have learned over these last few years when it comes to understanding the female mind and understanding female psychology. It is all about just treating them the same as you would treat everyone else. Treat them with acceptance and with the same love and respect as you would yourself or anyone else in your life, and that will take you much further than you ever could if you spent years trying to understand female psychology, only to eventually find out that it doesn't even apply most of the time. There is no psychological consensus with more or less anything, so don't waste your time with it. Just focus on treating other people in the way that you would want to be treated, with respect and with equality, and you will find yourself better able to understand everyone in your life, not just women. So I hope you have found this video useful. If you have done, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to let me know what your thoughts and feelings are in the comment section down below. Leave your questions down there as well, and I will answer them as soon as I possibly can. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe for more videos like this on a regular basis. But otherwise, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos here on this channel very soon.